On Facebook at Hope FM Live. If you're watching, you can tell me sauti koje unanipata ukiwa wapi. And today we are going to read about Moses and the birth of Moses. And that is Exodus chapter 2 verse 1 to 10. And the word of God says, "Now a man of the tribe of Levi married a Levite woman, and she became pregnant and gave birth to a son. When she saw that he was a fine child, she hid him for 3 months. But when she could hide him no longer, she got a papyrus basket for him and coated it with tar and pitch. Then she placed the child in it and put it among the reeds along the bank of the Nile. His sister stood at a distance to see what would happen to him. Then Pharaoh's daughter went down to the Nile to bathe, and her attendants were walking along the river bank. She saw the basket among the reeds and sent her female slaves to get it. She opened it and saw the baby. He was crying, and she felt sorry for him. 'This is one of the Hebrews' babies,' she said. Then his sister asked Pharaoh's daughter, Shall I go and get one of the Hebrew women to nurse the baby for you?" "Yes, go," she answered. So the girl went and got the baby's mother. Pharaoh's daughter said to her, "Take this baby and nurse him for me, and I will pay you." So the woman took the baby and nursed him. When the child grew older, she took him to Pharaoh's daughter, and he became her son. She named him Moses, saying, "I drew him out of the water." That is Exodus chapter 3, chapter 2, verse 1 to 10. And we look at Exodus chapter 1 is talking about the Israelite oppressed. Verse 22 says, "Then Pharaoh gave this order to all his people, every Hebrew boy that is born you must throw into the Nile, but let every girl live." Every Hebrew boy that is born you must throw into the Nile. And as this order was given, Moses was born. And the word of God says the mother looked at that fine baby. She hid him for 3 months, but she could no longer do so. Babies were to be thrown into the Nile. And even the place where Moses, the life of this baby Moses is saved, is in that Nile. Now I'm looking at the place where these baby boys were supposed to die, is where this baby boy, got like a life insurance. I don't know if you see what God is able to do. Let me start with that fact that even the place that is meant to harm us or kill us can be the place where God will make us thrive, because he has his people everywhere. So be encouraged. But that's not what I want to share today. I want us to look at this story na tuone the genius in God. And the genius in God, number one, is that this place that babies were supposed to be thrown, is where Moses got his help. But look at it. The baby was placed in a papyrus basket for Then she placed the child in it and put it among the reeds. She got a papyrus basket for him and coated it with tar and pitch. I don't know, maybe it was to at least to survive longer, maybe akaikai na hata kutolewa pale mtoto alikuwa analia, kumaanisha kulikuwa kumoto. It was tough for Moses as a baby. And then the girl, the sister of Moses, stood from a distance. The mother was not there, placed the baby there, kutaki kuona what will happen. But this one, out of curiosity, wanted to see what will happen to the baby. And then Pharaoh's daughter once saw the baby. This girl tokelezea and says, ameona this Hebrew baby, and she asks her. So the girl went and got the baby's mother. She "Shall I go and get one of the Hebrew women to nurse the baby for you?" Not even the mother, one of the Hebrew women. This Pharaoh's daughter doesn't know this is the sister to this baby. Hata swali ya unafanya nini hapa, what are you doing? Because I assume wakati masaa ya this daughter to go to the river, lazima wangekuwa na clear, hakuna watu. But hata swali si what are you doing here? Bring it. Yes. And this daughter goes and calls the mother to the child. And see how God turns these things around. The mother of this child is given a job to raise her own child. This child that she could no longer hide was brought to her. And akapewa kazi. Take this baby and nurse him for me, and I will pay you. So the woman took the baby and nursed him. So I didn't know it was the baby's mother. That when she thought she had lost this baby, the baby came back. Na unalipwa kulea mtoto wako. But who is Moses? Who is Moses? Hata wakati sasa amekuwa mkubwa kidogo, she took him to Pharaoh's daughter and he became her son. She named him Moses, saying, I drew him out of the water. Let's fast forward this story because we now get introduced to Moses. One day after Moses had grown up, he went out to where his own people were and watched them at their hard labor. Alikuwa tu anacheki, anachungulia. This man was used to take the Israelites out of Egypt. But chapter 1 says the Israelites were oppressed. Between this chapter 1 and when Moses and the burning bush scenario, and Moses came back, to Pharaoh and set my people free. Imagine how these people were feeling. Nobody knew of a baby somewhere that God was raising up. That nobody knew of this boy called Moses. Na hata wale labda wenye walikuwa namjua Moses ni mtoto wa ile nyumba. What I'm trying to tell you is that there is this plan that God has that is in motion right now, that people around you don't know, and maybe you also don't know. But this plan is not only for you, but for the people around you. Hii story ni very interesting. Nikuitia mama aliwacha mtoto, alafu ndiye anakuja kuwakomboa. Wakati walikuwa oppressed, Mungu alikuwa na mpango. Kuna kitu alikuwa anafanya. And he makes sure this baby comes out. He knows everything about the kingdom. But then he also has a heart for his people. That the desire for his people is more than even the kingdom things, because he killed for his people. So there are things we do not see right now, and there are people God is raising in places right now that we do not know. But we have to believe that whatever we are going through, whatever oppression we are going through, whatever difficulty we are going through, God is working out a plan. Not even God is working, God has already worked out a plan. It is in motion. It is in motion. That's what I was telling even the boy child, that even when relationships end, see kukimbia, kuuana and stuff, there's something happening for your good. You look at Joseph as he was going through this tough time. Would he have told his brothers what you meant for good, God turned it, what you meant to harm me for evil, God turned it for good? Napana. But when he was there as the second in command, he could comfortably say that. So what I'm asking you, what I'm begging us to do is to be in faith, is to hold on to God, is to say that we've seen God, formulating plans before. We've seen God coming through for his people before, and we are no exceptional. He will come through for us. So the plan is not ati sahi Mungu wako kwa drawing board. The plan is already in motion. Before you were formed in your mother's womb, God knew you. God knew Karis. God knew us. Hata kwa ile boma umetoka, mahali umesomea, yote Mungu alijua. And in the difficulty you are in right now, in the oppression you might be in right now, in that marriage that inakaa hivi, in that job yenye umetafuta and you feel like God you've left me, umetuma CV zaidi ya 300. The plan for you, for your good, is in motion. If God can do this, can orchestrate such a thing, mahali watoto wanakufia ndio mahali mtoto anapatana na daughter wa Pharaoh, and then dada yake mwenye alikuwa anachungulia ndio anaombia na wacha nikutafutie a Hebrew woman, like she brings in this idea. Do you think this Pharaoh's daughter angekosa watu wa kuchunga mtoto? Hapana. Lakini tu Mungu anafanya tu mambo inakuwa rahisi, hata anasikiza mtoto, idea mzuri, enda uniletee. So God can do such, and he's doing such in our lives. Even in this nation of Kenya, because this boy Moses turned around a situation that was affecting the whole nation of Israel. Even in this nation of Kenya, we talk of corruption, we talk of tribalism, we talk of bad politics. If you believe together with me, I believe there is a baby somewhere, there is a young man somewhere. God is passing through the school of life. Atatuongoza in a better way, in a good way. If we ever feel we need better, the plan is already in motion. Mama, the plan is already in motion. Hawa watoto kukosa school fees na wewe there is a plan in motion. Hold on to God. Shida yetu ni tunakimbia, tunatapaka, tuna spread kila mahali. Mguu moja huku, mguu ingine huku, nini huku. Hold on to God. He's been faithful before. He is forever faithful. So nasema, Mungu na mipango gani kwangu? Waisraeli hapa wakiwa oppressed, hakuna mwenye tu alijua kuna mtoto Pharaoh amepata mahali. Hakuna mwenye alijua kuna mtoto anaitwa Moses huko kwa king, huyo ndio watatuokoa. Maybe walikuwa namuona wanasema huyu ndiye atakuwa amongst the rulers after Pharaoh wenye watatuumiza hata zaidi. So Mungu yuwajua. Mungu yuwajua. So be encouraged that he loves you so much. He loves us as a people so much. And there's a plan. Look at what is happening in Sudan. I saw a video, I cried. I cannot even tell you what was on that clip. If I even write something about, I don't even have the words. I just wished I did not watch that clip. I asked God, where are you? God, where are you? And this is what was in my head. There's a plan in motion, a plan in motion. I see all these things. I know these things. They're not new to me. Your situation is not new to him, and it's not news to him. So you hold on to God. So hold on to him in faith, because there's a plan already in motion for you and I.